Women by the Window by Bartolomé Esteban Murillo is a genre painting that captures a fleeting yet intimate moment of two young women peering out from a window, one playfully covering her smile, while the other leans forward with curiosity. Judith by Jules Joseph Lefebvre portrays the legendary biblical heroine who beheaded the Assyrian general Holofernes to save her people. Unlike the more violent depictions by artists like Caravaggio or Artemisia Gentileschi, Lefebvre's version presents Judith with an air of quiet confidence and poise, focusing on her beauty and determination rather than the act of execution itself. Jean-Joseph Wiertz's portrait of the sculptor Hugues is both a tribute and a response, a painted counterpart to the bronze bust that Dominique Jean-Baptiste Hugues sculpted of Wiertz years prior. This compelling composition captures not only Hugues' dignified presence but also hints at his artistic achievements, as he leans against the marble sculpture Oedipa Colón. José Jiménez Aranda's portrait of Joaquín Sorolla captures the famed Spanish painter at 38 years old, portraying him with warmth and precision. The piece stands out for its refined drawing technique, balancing Jiménez Aranda's usual realism with a lighter, more luminous touch, perhaps a nod to Sorolla's own impressionistic style. Philip de Laszlo's portrait of Princess Xenia presents a youthful and elegant depiction of Princess Xenia Georgievna of Russia at the age of 15. The painting is executed in a loose, sketch-like manner, characteristic of de Laszlo's refined yet expressive portraiture. Xenia was the daughter of Grand Duke George Mikhailovich, who famously supported Anna Anderson's claim to be Grand Duchess Anastasia, later debunked by DNA evidence. Anna Bilinska-Bodanovich's self-portrait is a powerful and unidealized depiction of the artist, emphasizing her dedication to her craft. Painted for a gallery of Polish painters commissioned by Ignacy Korwin-Milewski, this portrait captures Bilinska in modest attire with a direct yet contemplative gaze. René-Xavier Prénade's Kreutzer Sonata captures the intense passion and tension of Leo Tolstoy's novella of the same name. The painting illustrates the fateful moment when the protagonist's wife and her lover, a violinist, are drawn together by music, playing Beethoven's Kreutzer Sonata on the piano. The sensuality of their performance foreshadows the tragic outcome. The enraged husband, Poznishev, ultimately murders his wife in a fit of jealousy. John Charles Dahlmann's Famine is a haunting allegorical painting where death, personified as the Grim Reaper, commands the spread of famine across the earth with an outstretched hand resembling a Roman salute. Encircled by ominous symbols, wolves, ravens, and other harbingers of doom, Dahlmann conveys not only physical starvation but also a spiritual famine, reflecting the decay of the human soul through neglect and suffering. Antoni Fabre's The Sculptor is an intimate self-portrait capturing the artist in his later years, deeply absorbed in sculpting a classical figure. Surrounded by his tools, chisel, hammer, and pointer, Fabre reflects on a lifelong passion for sculpture, a discipline he always felt drawn to but never fully pursued due to market demands. Pere Borel del Caso's Escaping Criticism is a stunning example of trompe-l'œil, a technique designed to create the illusion of three-dimensionality on a flat surface. The painting depicts a young man, possibly a self-portrait, seemingly breaking free from the confines of the frame, his expression a mix of urgency and defiance. Hugo Simberg's The Wounded Angel is one of Finland's most beloved and enigmatic paintings. It portrays a solemn scene where two solemn boys, dressed in dark clothing, carry a wounded angel on a stretcher through Elintarha, a park near Helsinki. The angel, with a bandaged head and a bleeding wing, gazes downward in silence, evoking a sense of vulnerability and quiet suffering. Richard Berg's The Knight and the Maiden captures the melancholic beauty of a bygone chivalric era. The painting features a solemn knight embracing a young maiden from behind in a vast field of withered dandelions, a traditional symbol of death and fleeting time. Edmund Blair. Leighton's The Shadow revisits an ancient tale from Pliny the Elder about the origins of portraiture. The painting depicts Cora of Sicyon, the daughter of the Corinthian sculptor Butades, tracing the shadow of her beloved's profile on a sunlit wall before he departs for war. This touching moment embodies art's earliest purpose, the preservation of memory. Victor Gilbert, often associated with vibrant Parisian market scenes, departs from his usual themes in The Harvest, embracing a more serene and earthy realism. The painting, reminiscent of Bastien Lepage and the Russian realists, portrays a lone harvester immersed in the vast countryside, evoking a sense of harmony between labor and nature. Edmund Blair Leighton, renowned for his romanticized medieval scenes, presents a captivating and enigmatic depiction of a female knight in defeat, a rare subject in historical painting. Set against the backdrop of a jousting tournament, the composition emphasizes melancholy and pathos, particularly in the expressions of the fallen warrior and her companion. One of the most iconic paintings of the 20th century, Christina's World, is a deeply poignant and contemplative portrayal of resilience, isolation, and longing. The artwork features Christina Olsen, a real-life neighbor of Wyeth, who suffered from a neuromuscular disorder, often attributed to polio or Charcot-Marie tooth disease, that left her partially paralyzed. This dramatic and cinematic painting portrays the surrender of Vercingetorix, the legendary Gallic chieftain, to Julius Caesar after the Battle of Alesia, 52 BC. The battle was a turning point in Rome's conquest of Gaul, showcasing Caesar's military brilliance in siege warfare. After being surrounded and starved by the Romans, the Gallic forces were forced to surrender. This elegant and introspective portrait captures an upper-class Parisian gentleman rowing, embodying the leisurely pastimes of the French bourgeoisie in the late 19th century. Unlike the romanticized or heroic depictions of boaters common in traditional art, Caillebotte presents a naturalistic, almost photographic scene, emphasizing spontaneity and modern life. This intimate portrait captures Bertha Wegmann, a pioneering Danish artist, in a reflective moment as she paints in her studio. The artwork not only immortalizes Wegmann's artistry, but also symbolizes the profound friendship between the two women, Wegmann and Jeanne Bach, who were at the forefront of challenging gender norms in both their personal lives and artistic practices. This grand portrait immortalizes Gregorio da Silva y Mendoza, the Duke of Pastrana, in full regalia, highlighting his noble status and the distinguished history of his family. Wearing the cape, sword, and cross of the prestigious Order of Santiago, the Duke is depicted against an ethereal, equestrian background that mirrors both his elevated position in society and the gravity of his heritage.